you just watched me cook up, I caught yesterday on open water in a boat with my mother.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Wow, look at my hair. Woo!
And where we're driving to right now, we're gonna be fishing on the same lake, but through the ice. I've got a truck packed full of camping gear, and I have high hopes of getting up there with enough daylight tonight where I can set up camp on the ice. The weather's changed a lot from yesterday, and we're starting to have some snow flurries. So I'm gonna pay attention on this drive and try to knock it out and get there in a timely manner. But my plan is to be camping out on Lake Superior for the next 2 nights in a row and be staying out there for 3 days. Okay, welcome back to an episode of I Brought Way Too Much Gear. Actually I brought just the right amount of gear. We're gonna be here for 3 days, so packed heavy. Hopefully the Smitty sled does some work for me. Alright, well, it's officially fully dark outside. The funny thing about the biggest Great Lake is that the walk is a little bit further than I thought it was. Been walking for a full hour to a spot that I thought was going to take me 20 minutes to get to, but I'm pretty sure we have everything. Now I gotta get the house set up nice and cozy because it's starting to cool off and quick. I'm really sweaty right now. I just don't want to let that sweat get frozen and make me cold. First things first, we're going to see what depth we're in here, see if the map's accurate. Transducer too cold. It's cooled off to about 8 degrees out right now, and apparently that's too cold for my fish finder. I've never had that issue before, so there we go. How's it working now? So I'm 66 feet here. Without drilling a bunch of other holes, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find like a crazy break. I did walk all the way out to a point that I thought looked good on a map, but it did say I was supposed to be somewhere between 60 to 70 feet here, and that part checks out. So I'm gonna set up here for the night. Might end up moving the house a little bit tomorrow, but I think this is a good starting spot. Ooh, I need to put my gloves on. It's cold. Now we have 2 10-inch holes drilled and the floor laid. Now I can start unpacking the sled and get it onto the ice. This is the only battery I brought, a little Dakota lithium, just to run some lights. Whew. All right. Always scary. Yeah, it started the first time. Let there be heat. For some reason, those things just don't like working in the cold. Oh boy. All this snow around here is super hard packed, and since my shovel is almost broken, I don't want to lose it all the way, so I'm just gonna use some ice shards instead. Batteries do not like the cold. Oh. We're all set up. It's officially 2 hours since I left the truck. So that wasn't terrible. Pretty good actually for how far I went. My app's saying I walked 1.7 nautical miles since I left the land, so we'll call it 2 nautical miles. That was a hike. But we're all set up now, and aside from hole hopping around tomorrow, we're in a very good spot to be able to catch some fish in the morning. All right, there we go. All set up. All right, so I had high hopes of having my my salmon for dinner, but all the work that I did, I think I'm just gonna have myself an MRE just because it comes with so many extra things, and I could really use the calories because what I just did was a lot of hard work. So we've got some Southwest beef and beans here, and all of the fixings that come with it. Got myself some spiced apples. I've always had rough luck with those heater bags, so worst case scenario, I'll just boil it in some water, but we're gonna try to make it the old-fashioned way first. My food is still cold. Into the jet boil. It stink. Ooh. Looks like chili. Jalapeno cheese spread. Ooh, chocolate banana nut muffin. That sounds awesome. Hey. Oh, can't eat that. I did bring a little fan because since the heat's rising up, it's really hot in this area, and hopefully it'll help blow some of that down and regulate the heat a little more. It's a rechargeable one, so hopefully it lasts the 3 days. You can see we got some drippy boots dripping on stuff, so this is a water filter. I'm actually going to be using lake water for all of my drinking water because I wanted to save on water weight. So we're gonna pump ourselves some water. And it's cold. Imagine that. I'm gonna be up and at 'em early in the morning tomorrow, so I'm gonna get some rest. It's about 10 p.m. I'm gonna try to wake up at about 5:36. Wow. Just got a rod down. It is 7:15 in the morning. Roughly 7 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and the sun is just starting to come up on the lake. Once this light starts penetrating the water, there's going to be more visibility, and hopefully it'll make fish more active. We'll just have to wait and see. This being the largest lake, it has every type of freshwater fish in it, so we really could catch anything from steelhead to king salmon, but the most common fish we're going to catch is a lake trout, so that's what we're going after. On. What is it? What is this? It's not a lake trout. It's big, whatever it is. Oh my gosh, it's the biggest freaking white. Oh, it's a lake trout. It is a lake trout. Whoa! What a way to start. Little laker. Holy cow, he's got a big gash in him. Look at that. Crazy. There's the first one of the trip right there. Nice lake trout. Get him back. Oh, that was so cool, dude. Oh, it always feels good getting the goose egg out of the house early. I've only been jigging for 15 minutes here. We've already got our first fish. And there was 2 more with it. That was awesome. You know, I had to go with some Timmy Hortons since we're in Canada. Lake trout. Oh. Oh boy. There we go. There we go. Oh, this is a good fish. Oh god, he's hooked on the floor. That's not good. No. Wow. Crazy status. Laker. We're gonna keep this one. Oh! Number 3 for me. That fish, little guy. Alright, well, I just lost another fish at the hole. Caught 3 fish so far, kept 2, but I'm starting to get hungry, so I think I'm gonna dive into my salmon onigiri. It's like a disassembled onigiri, but it sounds like a good lunch. Would help if I had a spoon. Oh my gosh. There's a fish coming in right now. Literally one on the frame. There you go. These fish don't even want to let me eat in peace. Oh God. My tent just blew over. Oh no. I didn't get any of that on video. My tent just blew over my sleeping bag. It's across the lake. Holy cow. I wish I would have got that on video. That was insane. Well, I was just gonna do an update earlier and say that it's been getting a lot windier out, but that's apparent. This house literally just flipped over and dumped all of my sleeping gear out, and it's blowing out onto the shore over there. You have no idea how badly I wish that I had that on GoPro. I shut it off earlier because I was worried about having enough batteries out here and I wasn't seeing fish, so I shut it off, but I have the ice stakes in. Last night I couldn't get that one to bite and I gave up just because I thought it wasn't gonna get too windy out for me, but turns out that this lake is unpredictable. So now I get to go on an adventure and see if I can find my sleeping stuff, because without my bag I am going to be in a bad position tonight, for sure. right here.
Oh my gosh, I see my stuff.
All right, I need to be very careful here because it's stuck on a heave, but that ice that's in between can be absolutely terrible, so. I can't believe that got stuck there. I found both the things, but now I have a long walk back in a direct wind. So I'm gonna try my best not to lose them. Oh, oh, oh. I might as well have been trying to tow a sailboat sailback. That was intense. I was all the way down there. Just walked back in the wind holding that stuff. It was like trying to fight me the whole time, and I just was trying so hard not to drop it because I knew I'd have to chase it back again. The whole side's basically blowing in right now. This wind is insane. I sweat through every piece of clothing that I have, so tarp's off for now. Trying to dry it off and get my bearings back about me. Oh my gosh. I've never had that happen in 10 plus years of ice fishing, 12 plus years ice fishing. That is a first. And I normally don't even bring stakes for a house like this because I've never had them flip over like that. That's crazy. Fishing slowed down a lot. I haven't caught one since the tent blew over. But I want to cook up some lake trout for dinner tonight because, well, they're fresh. They're absolutely tasty, so I'm gonna go grab one and bring it inside to defrost a little bit. We had a high of 30 degrees today, and the wind got up to 30 miles an hour. So definitely one of the crazier windstorms that I've been a part of, and even crazier on this lake. Alright, at least the wind has died down now. Finally. It's still blowing a little bit, you can see, because this wall is caved in. But definitely not the 30 miles an hour that we were seeing earlier. And we've got some fresh fish for dinner. It was definitely a great fishing day. I had a lot of marks. And I think I ended up with 5 fish on my lonesome. Must have marked at least 5 more, but that's pretty good for lake trout fishing. All right, fresh lake trout. Nice white flaky meat, a little bit of seasoning, and it's delicious. I'm starting to find out that there may have been a few more casualties than I originally had thought. Missing my paper towels. I'm missing some cilantro that I brought with to make with my lake trout. That's all that I've noticed so far. Oh, my phone charger. It doesn't really help that that's a white cord, so it kind of blends in with the snow. but I'm honestly surprised that the house stopped when it did, because it could have easily like gotten wind in it and acted like a parachute and just picked up and sailed away with how fast the wind was blowing today. So I'm happy that I was able to get my gear back, catch some fish, and stay warm, because that could have gone way more south than it did. As delicious as it was, I'm a growing boy. I also would like to save some weight on the ride home, so I'm gonna eat a couple of these freezer bagged meals. Would you trust the freeze-dried pudding? I think it looks delicious. Yeah, that's good. All right, pudding on my face. Maybe a little bit. Okay. Please, no crazy events tonight now. I'm about all crazied out. My brain was kind of in turmoil right after that, if I'm being completely honest. Walking back to go get the stuff, I thought the whole trip was going to be ruined. It was a lot, but I'm very happy with how everything came to be. It was a great day of fishing. I just got to remember that. Just take a couple of deep breaths. Can relax now, kind of. Just really hoping that those stakes are enough to hold it down, because I have never had a house flip over on me like that. And now that I know that that's a possibility, a little scary. But it's completely dark outside besides the illumination from the big moon tonight. Day 2 is just wrapping up, and it was a memorable one for sure. Good night, Lake Superior. My dental hygiene. Usually it's put on the wayside on these camping trips. Not today. Alright, it's supposed to get up to a nice 25 degrees out this morning. I think it's around 20 right now. It's nice and comfortable. Nice and warm in the shack. Guessing it's probably about 70 degrees. But first, coffee. All right. Got everything loaded back into the truck, got back safe, caught fish, didn't die. That's a successful Lake Superior mission. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I got a 7-hour road trip before I get home. But as always, until next time, you already know the drill. Just keep on trucking.